Be getting it on. I be riding around town, stunting on you clowns. My hands up in the air, they never coming down. Y'all be hating on me. Why y'all be hating on me? Cause I be riding around town with my damn top down.
Hey everybody, this is Brian. I'm the co-host of the Talk to Me Driver podcast.
And your boy JB.
Today we have Mr. Lee Jackson, the CEO and owner of Jackson Offshore.
Operators.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Good morning, guys.
Good
morning. How are you?
Fine.
Good morning.
Good,
It's
good,
a pleasure to have you on the show. You took time out on a busy Saturday to sit down and meet with us. We're very happy to have you on the show, man. And I gave you a rundown of the show. We're here just trying to help people in the industry, and our topic today is integrity and leadership. We just want to let people know what's your standpoint in being an owner of a offshore company and being in the transportation industry. How did you form your integrity and leadership and having people, building a strong foundation? How did you begin it?
Well, it starts from home, right? So
Amen.
for me, it's all about the way I was raised, and I was born in a small country town, and it was one of those things where, if you were absent from your parents, that doesn't mean somebody down the street could not check you if you got out of line.
That's real.
So they understood what my mom was putting down, and so really for me it's all about what you do when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
And so that has just grown with me to a place, and having worked offshore, and I know integrity is everything.
Oh yes.
A man's word is so important. So that goes without saying for me. It's understood. Now it's about building a team of folks who believe that same culture as you go into it. It's challenging. It's challenging sometimes, but it's that one thing you don't give on. And so for me, it's all about the two words. Two words that mean the same if you change the I, united and untied. It's the same. It's the same letters, but if you take the I and you move it, it means two totally different things.
Wow.
So what role are you going to play in that? And so for me, integrity is one of those things that I don't move on. I don't. It's not. You can't compromise.
Now, explain to these people, were you handed this?
Oh.
Did it happen overnight?
Oh my God, no. Let me tell you something. For
You
me,
sure it didn't happen overnight? They just didn't give you this?
No.
Oh, hey, here, you're the owner of this company. Here you go.
So my father gave it to me. No. For me, look, life's a journey, and so I'll give you guys just a little quick snap of my history. Graduated from high school. I was a 70s baby. Graduated from high school in '88, and I wanted to go to college. Didn't know how I was going to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
And so I was getting because of my grades, I was out of school half a day in my senior year.
Okay.
And so I started working at a restaurant, and this was during my senior year. And the reality was, a buddy of mine said, "Man, you ever thought about working offshore?" I said, "Offshore? Man, my mama told me stay away from water. Why in the world would I go offshore, right?" Yeah. And so long story short, life starts to tell you things. And so I took a leap, went offshore, worked one summer. I liked it, started coming back. And then all of a sudden, it says, man, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can make something out of this. So fast forward, I saw the way people were treated offshore. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I started at $47 a day is what I was.
Do you hear that? $47 a day.
That's what I was making. And so, but to me, that was great money.
It was good money, exactly.
Because I was poor, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
So when someone's paying me $47.50 I really, it was just a means for me to get to where I need to be. So fast forward, I just felt like, working offshore, I saw the way people were treated, and I was like, man, why? What's up with this? And so I promised to myself, if I ever got into a position of authority, or where could actually make a difference, I would. And so I stuck with it. I went up in rank, and I gained my captain's license, and I said, I want to go buy a boat, but of course the bank tells me, well, that's a great idea.
A good idea.
How you gonna pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So I got turned down for my first loan, and then I was fortunate enough to meet, and this is where life happens, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm a captain on the Treasure Chest Casino, and this was a casino that kind of
long time ago.
Yeah, that the boat was moving in and out in the lake.
Yeah.
2:00 in the morning, and God is really good. I see this old white guy kind of walking up the stairs and looked like he had been drinking. I said, oh man, the deckhands didn't put the hanger, because there was a petition to go up to the wheelhouse. Okay. And so I said, man, they didn't put that chain up, and I got to deal with this drunk. And so the old white guy come up and he says, Captain, and this is what he was talking. He said, I got a boat bigger than this one. I said, this is a pretty big boat. And then he started telling me who he was, and I saw he was a pilot, a river pilot. And so, and of course knew about river pilots, but they said blacks you couldn't get in, right? Yeah. And so that's what I tell you, you never know who's going to be blessing you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This old white man from Baymonette, Alabama.
Hometown, sweet home Alabama.
Okay.
Baymonette, Alabama, took me under his wing, and I knew it was nothing but the grace of God, because this guy, when we were walking the room, people said, as dark as I am and as white as he was, there was no reason we should be friends.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
that's
so
crazy.
but that guy, he fought for me. He fought for me, and I mean, he would give me the shirt off his back. And this is a true story, guys. This is a true story. I'll never forget it. It was election time to get into the pilots, and it's where you got to horse trade votes and things of that nature to get a person elected. I'll never forget. I heard this man that I believe so much in tell one of his buddies, who's a pilot, and they're old, right? He said, God damn it, Billy. He says, I got this clean cut colored boy. And he was fighting for me.
Yeah.
And he said, I need your support for him. Now life would tell you, society would say I had a path. When I heard him say that, I could either go left or right.
Yeah, that's so true.
I chose to believe in the man.
That's true.
Because I knew he didn't mean anything derogatory, because that's the same guy that would give me the shirt off his back.
Yeah.
And fast forward today, I got into the pilots. I went back to the bank. The bank gave me the loan. I had to sign everything I had, and I bought my first boat in 2005. It was a $2 million loan. I hawked everything I had. I think my daughter, who doesn't have kids, I think I signed their name too. Right? But that's what you had to do.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do. And I went through, when I chipped my teeth on that old piece of iron, I'm telling you it was. But I wouldn't trade that for anything. So when I tell you, you never know who God has put in your life to bless you.
That's right.
Do not disregard people based on what society says.
That's right.
And so today, as you're aware, today we're 8 boats, just right at 200 employees.
Awesome.
And so, it is one of them things where if you follow, if life tells you something, listen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's sort of the snapshot of my story.
Okay, I got a question for you,
Sure.
Mr. Jackson. When you say riverboat, that position, a lot of people, this is my first time hearing of that.
Yeah.
Doing my research and learning about you. What is the duties of
a river pilot? Yeah, a river pilot is, so what you have is, you have waterways, restricted waterway, inland waterways. A pilot is the guy, a little small boat pulls up to an ocean-going vessel. It's a ship. Typically, in our case, 95% of them are foreign assets with foreign crew. We climb up alongside the sides of the vessel, and we basically navigate. We don't touch anything. Through commands and a radio, we talk to local traffic. And when it's time to dock the ship, we talk to the assist tubs, and we basically dock the ship. The reason why a pilot is necessary is because, as I said, those foreign assets, they have no local knowledge, none at all. And if the Mississippi River, if a bad accident happens, you're talking about tens of billions of dollars that stops moving.
Wow.
So basically, river pilots and docking pilots are used throughout the United States and around the world.
Yeah.
And it is a part of the transportation. I'm gonna call it the supply chain that happens from cradle to grave. Today I'm still an active pilot. I'm in an administrative role, but today there are probably around 1,400 pilots in the U.S. And probably around 30 are black.
Okay.
Now, when I came in, I was the second in the state and the seventh in the
Let
nation.
me get some of this good luck.
So, and I want to talk about that too. Having that kind of accomplishment in a non-black arena, what was your mindset when you got that and they said, okay, we're gonna use you? What was like, okay, God, you gave me this?
Well, first off, when you are given such a gift, you have to nurture it, right? And you can't be selfish with it.
Yeah.
And so for me, my goal has always been when, and I'm not telling you it was easy. I'm not going to tell you it was easy, because there were some who still did not want you there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But now that you're there, you have to make the best of it. And you have to, your integrity again plays a role. So for me, it was about learning the job, doing it better than others, and then trying to figure how can I parlay that into where I can be of help to society and to other people that look like me.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to be a river pilot, what is like the first 2 or 3 steps that they need to do?
Well,
Listen. Put on your listening ears.
so first step is do good in school.
Okay.
Do good in school, and then the next step is a maritime academy.
Okay.
The maritime academies are there. There's Texas A&M, Maine Maritime, Mass Maritime. There's California Maritime. There's Kings Point, which is connected with the government, which is a free tuition because you have to be nominated by a congressional person. Only caveat is you owe the government a little bit of your time after you graduate, meaning you be in the reserves or something like that, right?
Okay.
And then there's SUNY, which is in New York Maritime, which Kings Point and New York Maritime, they're right across the bay from one another. And I'm happy to report that Louisiana is now going down the path of establishing their own maritime academy.
Okay. About time. That's
so,
good.
So 1 in 5 jobs in the state of Louisiana is maritime related.
Oh wow.
1 in 5. So
Y'all hear that? 1 in 5.
yes,
Maritime related.
1 in 5. And so once you do the 4 years in a maritime academy under a curriculum that's based around marine transportation, you come out with a degree and you have a Coast Guard license of a third mates or something like. So yeah, it's sort of like a trade and an education at the same time, right?
That's awesome.
And then after that, it's about looking at all of the different the best way to put it is there's so many pilot association. So look at the one that's best suited for you, and then you start grinding. You start grinding, and you start introducing yourself, getting to know them. Some have entry demands that may be a little different. Like some want you to have a pilot's license before you get in. Some want you not. Some want you to have a second mate versus a third mate. I mean, there are all kind of nuances to them all. But I will tell you, the average pilot salary, and it's documented. The average pilot salary, I will tell you right now, Houston pilots are making right at about $1 million a year per individual. Louisiana pilots are somewhere around $700,000 a year. You know, it is extremely lucrative gig that has a tremendous amount of responsibility.
Oh yeah.
For that kind of cost, you gotta.
Yeah, it has a tremendous amount of responsibility.
So if y'all thinking about being in the transportation industry, you gotta grind. You gotta grind. You gotta grind.
Yeah. Yes.
It ain't no gimmies, no handouts. I don't care what job you get, you gotta get it. Based on the foundation, you gotta have road push. You gotta have somebody pushing you also, because it's sometimes I wanted to give up at stuff, and my wife was like, "Man, you gotta do this." Even I'm right now studying for my third unlimited. Have you been studying? I ain't heard you say nothing about studying. Yeah, babe, I've been studying. But I get tired after 12 hours. Be tired, you know, and it's hard. The older you get, I'm closer to 40 than ever, and it gets hard to study, trying to rate intake information, also learn new things, because far as it goes, I know my job, but I'm learning new stuff. We learn every day. I'm not a know-it-all. You learn every day of your life. I don't care if you know in your job 20 plus years, you go learn something new every day.
Oh yeah.
So whatever knowledge I intake from people at the job, or whether it be out on the street, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. I'm gonna take note of that. He just taught me something sitting here about the pilot. Hey, I might go back to school and get my pilot.
Well, and you tap on a very good point, and I will tell you is we're down this journey now. That's one of the things that I tell people is, you know, we have to leave this industry better than what we found it.
Yeah.
Right. And I really and truly believe that this industry can be truly reflective of the populace. And right now it isn't.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, high school counselors are, when a kid walks into the door, just a little vulnerable kid walking into a door, you know, the counselors are telling them, what are they telling them? You know, you can either be a doctor, lawyer, teacher,
football
and
player.
maybe you might fall in it. No one's telling them you can go work.
It's the same
all.
rotating circle. It's like okay, you get to high school. Okay, you go to either nursing, doctor, like you said, lawyer, or you go play sports. It's no, you can do this or do that. You know, even welding, or you know, they don't.
Absolutely.
They don't even push that.
Because I learned mostly with trades. I think that school sometimes it teaches you a structure, but in the structure that they teach you, they give you to go the way that they want you to go, instead of taking that structure and applying it to something that you can be lucrative for yourself.
Yes.
And that's why I'm glad we do this, is because that's my first time ever hearing about a river pilot. And I know I've never heard or even met anyone that has done it or is doing it. And you're married.
Yeah.
Because see, and the thing is, we're all married. And the thing about being married, your spouse is on this journey with you.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, being in that journey, you gotta have that
Mindset,
but you
Strong
also gotta have the
mindset.
flow of, okay, I gotta have this balance of, okay, I know I got people with me, but I'm trying to accomplish this. You got somebody in your corner that's pushing you. How was that in yours as far as
So you this is so great. I mean, you tap on a very that's another piece of the process where it's so critical, and I think people do not understand how critical your support team is, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you, every move in my life, I've gone back to my wife. Even when I was just training to be a pilot, I had not even gotten a nod to be elected in. She just saw me working hard, and she couldn't understand what I would work 7 days on the Treasure Chest Casino. Then I would observe with the guy from Bayman, Alabama for 7 days. I had no time off, and she couldn't figure it out, but she trusted me. Right? She trusted me because I saw the vision, she didn't. But because she trusted in me, she was there.
Yeah.
I will tell you, when my wife's a registered nurse, and I will tell you, when I got into the pilots, they provide a stipend, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like $3,000 a month, right? So we were well over $100,000 between the both of us, right? I was doing it, she was doing it, but then when you take that income away, now she's working harder. Yeah. And when I tell you, it takes a strong woman to stand by you.
Oh yeah.
Because my mortgage was never late. But boy, let me tell you. It was 29 days a year. But that's where it takes two people working together. And it's so critical. And because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have that strong person on your side, it makes it so hard.
Trust me, I know, because my wife, she pushed me. If she say she don't hear me talking about something. Have you did this? Mm-hmm. I ain't hear you say nothing about it. Are you sure? she be pushing me. She pushed me, and I love her to death for that. Because you gotta have somebody constantly on you. And that's in any relationship. You got friends, wives, girlfriends, whoever it is, or know somebody you got something going on. You should want to motivate that person. You should want to push that person. I'm not a selfish person. I always congratulate people on anything, whether I'm doing bad or not. I want to see people, upgrade.
Well, this is so great what you all are doing. I got to tell you all, simply because it's bringing knowledge to the people, and we're in the transportation business, right?
Yes,
so we know how great it can be to people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some kids, I hate to say this, but people always tell me it's factual. I believe every kid can go to college. Yeah. I do believe that.
Yeah, it is true.
And some kids may not want to go to college. It's not because they can't. Some may not want to.
Yeah.
And
it's not for everybody.
Well, that's it, right?
It's not for everybody.
So, but when you tell a person they can leave high school and then go straight into a $60,000 a year gig. They don't believe it.
You happy?
They don't believe it exists.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the maritime industry, transportation in general, can provide that for you.
Yes, sir.
And so this is why this platform is so critical.
It can be provided to you so quick without loans. As soon as you get out of college, all this debt piling up. You got all this debt piled up, and you got a 6-figure income, but you got $1 million worth in college debt.
Well, here's a great example. What does a first year lawyer make as an associate at a firm?
Probably about like $45,000, $50,000.
$45,000 is what it is, and they have all the loans that you talked about. And a guy can come out of high school, guy or girl.
Yeah,
can come out of
women
high
can be in this.
Women is women in the maritime industry.
Yes.
Plenty. I done been in classes with them.
That's right.
They on the drill ship. They everywhere.
It's
not just men. It's women also.
No, that's a good point. I mean, there's so many opportunities out there for everyone, and I mean, you can go from. And I'm not going to tell everybody's story, right? But I'm going to tell you right now. Right now, I have guys that are masters on my vessels right now. They're probably making right around $220 or $240 a year, and they have no education as it relates to secondary, right? They didn't go to college, but they worked their way up. And let me tell you, it is so possible and rewarding when you see that.
Yeah.
So we gotta give the kids, them just optionality.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah,
that's true.
Sure.
We got to break that narrative that the counselor is telling and they're not giving the kids hope, man.
That's true.
So,
and it's giving it's like they're only giving them the piece of the pie. It's like, okay, the whole pie is not for everybody. I mean, that piece may not be for everybody, but in the same token is, okay, I can still have an income of a lawyer or a doctor, and I'm not being a lawyer or a doctor. I have to go to school as long as a lawyer or a doctor. And I can make what they make. I can live like they live. I can drive what they drive. I can have that.
But it ain't what they want. They want that revolving door to keep constantly staying open. Oh, we got this circle. This continues. They come into college. They got these loans. Oh, he didn't graduate. He graduated. Oh, he didn't graduate. He graduated. Oh, we set for life. We got plenty of debt from him. Oh, Jermaine owe us. Oh, Jermaine owe us $800,000. Oh, that's our good ticket there.
Yeah.
and that's sad that that's like my daughter. She's 24. And when she came through school, they had stopped teaching them how to write checks. They started teaching them how to tell time on an analog clock. And I'm like, when you go to look at that, it's like we see why that our people aren't receiving this other kind of knowledge is because they're pulling out certain things that are necessary in life. Because a lot of kids, you ask a kid how to write a check or write a fill out an envelope. They don't know how to do it.
They can't even write in cursive.
Yeah. But you can take that same person, put them in transportation in the maritime industry, and make just what this person can do.
That's true. But one thing I think we should not get lost in the conversation and that is the process.
That's true.
Oh,
that is so true.
Believe in the process.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
Believe in the process. I think all the things that we throw out as are great things. But people have to understand that, and as I shared with you all, everybody wants the baby, but nobody wants the 9 months.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So just remember, if folks can take anything from our conversation is believe in the process, and in the end, it will be rewarding. I mean, I'm telling you now, transportation is a vital part of the supply chain.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're getting close to, we're a little over the time, but I got one question that is kind of different. How has failure shaped your life?
Oh, it's the process. Failure is the process. Failure, I will tell you right now, I would not change my failures.
Yes, sir.
I would not. I want my failures because the failures are the thing, in my opinion, and my pastor tells me this too. Failures are the thing that gets you to where your promise is.
It's rewarding.
Okay. Yeah.
It's rewarding.
It is. It is.
It feeds you.
It does.
It feeds you. It gives you that fuel to keep going.
And so, I it takes you a minute to figure that out. Because it punches you in the stomach, but you do know, if you are a believer, you do know that greater things are in store.
Oh, yes, sir.
So for me, to that question, I will tell you, I wouldn't trade my failures because it has shaped me as to who I am today.
Oh, yes, sir.
I will be totally honest with you. Sometimes, early on, when a failure happens, I ball up in a knot. But now, when a failure happens, I just get in.
Yeah.
And so you have to. It's a mindset, folks. That's all it is. It's a mindset. I mean, as we get older, I think we can begin to feel that way. But as a young buck coming up, I will tell you, it was tough. It was tough. But failures are part of the process, and it shaped me, and I know it shapes everyone, because there is no process that comes without failure.
Correct.
Alrighty, guys. Well,
you heard it here at Talk to Me Drop a Podcast. We had Mr. Lee come on. We at the end of this video, we're gonna give y'all the where, when, and how. If y'all want to apply in the transportation at Jackson Offshore Operators, we're gonna leave everything at the end. We appreciate y'all for watching and listening, and appreciate Mr. Lee for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Alrighty.
Take care.
Why y'all be hating on me? Cause I be riding around town with my damn top down. Oh, yeah. Swerve is how we climb, and we got beats by the pound. Swerving in my seat.